everyone. Today's discussion is on the preparation of IELTS during these testing times. So today I have with me Ms. Deep Kamal Gill. With her 22 years of corporate leadership experience under her belt, she is now a business partner with Connect Overseas Mohali in the education venture. Her rich training experience includes coveted positions in head of the trainings with leadership organizations like IELTS, HFCL and Reliance. So ma'am, today I have a question for you. So in the present context of pandemic, where the coaching institutes are getting closed for the indefinite time, and what would you recommend? Are the students who still want to prepare for IELTS?
Well, Survi, thank you for the great introduction. And I have always said it, that there was no better time to prepare for IELTS than the time that the students have on their hands when the universities and colleges are closed. They can give a lot of time, effort and focused efforts on preparing for IELTS now. In fact, students who are preparing for IELTS and giving the tests, which are going on in the computer delivered base centers, are going to be test score ready. So when the borders open up and the international flights start, these students are going to be in the forefront in going abroad for their further studies. And also I always say, in this pandemic area, we want our students who are studying and practicing for IELTS to be safe. And there is no other safer way than online IELTS.
That's great to hear, ma'am. So is online preparation of IELTS very difficult?
No, in fact, that's a common misconception that a lot of students hold, that online preparation for IELTS is a very difficult task. So first of all, the only thing that you need for an online IELTS practice are good practice tests, good counselors to guide you through in case you have any doubts, clarifications, good conceptual clarity classes, and a really great internet connection. In fact, I do highly recommend online practice for IELTS because it is based on the realistic scenario of a computer delivered IELTS, which in my opinion is going to be the way forward given the controls that we have for safety of the students at the test centers. It is much easier to in fact give this computer delivered IELTS after practicing online on the same model of online IELTS practice because one, there are things, very simple things like word counts in the essay that are automatically displayed on your screen. It's much more easier to edit a writing task, whether it's an essay writing task 1 or a writing task 2, if you're giving an online test. So in fact, to sum it up, in my opinion, it's not only more convenient, I think it's a lot better for students to practice online and to give the test online, which is a CD-based IELTS.
Okay. So ma'am, we'd also like to know, what is your vision on the future of IELTS?
So, Survi, just like I said, IELTS is not going to go away. So if students are thinking that, maybe it's going to be an easier test, or there's going to be a waiver of IELTS for certain countries for higher education, that in my opinion is not going to happen, especially in the stage of the visas. Having said that, as I have already mentioned, computer-based IELTS tests are the way forward for everyone. This pandemic has taught us a lot of things, and a paper-based IELTS is going to give way to a computer-based IELTS because it's much easier to control the measures of safety like social distancing in a computer-based IELTS than to have a lot of children crammed up in rooms trying to give a paper-based IELTS test.
Okay, so could you also let us know, ma'am, about the very innovative online coaching academy started by Connect Overseas for IELTS?
Of course, Survi, I would be happy to say that because this is a project which has been my passion, it has been my dream, and it is one of the most interesting things that I have done in so many years, even the corporate years that I have spent in leading organizations in the corporate sector. So the way we are different, Connect Overseas Online Practice and Coaching Academy is different from so many others, is one, we have veteran teachers on board. Okay, when I say veteran teachers, they are not, they're very experienced teachers with a very good command in English and a very good methodology of guidance for children who need that guidance. So in fact, we have two guidance models. One is the normal routine coaching classes, and the second one are intervention classes, which are customized to the students who are unfortunately not able to cope up with improvements that are expected. And once or twice a week, I am actually personally also taking classes to help in conceptual clarities for difficult tasks like writing, speaking, where I find that students face a lot of problem. The other thing which distinguishes the Connect Overseas Online IELTS Coaching and Practice Academy is that the content that we give you is on one portal. So it's a very organized way of teaching. So you are given a login ID and a password. The student logs in at any convenient time that he has beyond the other things that he may be busy with, and is able to get into practice tests, is able to give mock tests, and is also able to attend the live classes that are going on at his convenient time. Now the content of these practice tests and mock tests is based on a very realistic content and is as close as possible to the real test that will happen when the students go to give the IELTS test, right? So we are looking at safety, we are looking at convenience, we are looking at experienced coaching, practice, intervention. In short, we don't let any student go without him or her having achieved the objective of the IELTS band that is being aimed at. And no immense satisfaction, in fact, the kind of satisfaction that you get when your student comes and tells you that he's become an 8 bander from a 6 or a 6.5 bander, which has happened, is immense. And that's the thing that we work for in this academy.
So ma'am, my final question to you, that how would you say that Connect Overseas online training of IELTS is different from that of others?
So Connect online system of training is different from others because there's a lot of passion in it. There's a lot of interest that we put in it. Our trainers are absolutely top of the class. The content is developed by people who are top in the class industry as realistic to the actual computer delivered IELTS exam. And I think this difference can only be seen and experienced by students who come and study with us, right?
So thank you so much for your time, ma'am. It was so pleasant talking to you today.
So it was a pleasure talking to you, Survi, and I wish all the students who are planning to go abroad for higher education, please dream big, practice big, and I'm sure your dreams will be fulfilled.
Thank you.
Thank you.